It was here on headlines today that you first heard the most clinching audio evidence. India's most wanted fugitive Dawood Ibrahim is indeed in Pakistan. In just a few minutes, you will hear Dawood Ibrahim Kaskar's conversation with his business associate in Dubai called Javed. In the tapes, Dawood is heard admitting he has property worth 1,100 crores in Dubai's Sheikh Zayed Road area. Dawood is also heard saying he has Benami properties running into several hundred crores in Karachi. First, listen in to these tapes broadcast first on Headlines Today.
वो मेरे को देख के बताते हैं कि भाई अभी ये करना है या ये नहीं करना है। मैं तो यहाँ बैठा हूँ, पूरी दुनिया के अंदर से मैं वो इंफॉर्मेशन जो मेरे को दे रहे हैं वही अगर इंफॉर्मेशन मेरे को गलत दें तो उसमें मिसगाइड हो जाऊंगा। कोई भी हुकूमत भी चलती है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर तो गली गली में जाता नहीं है, मुशीरी उसको आके और जो भी सिस्टम है उसको आके बताता है कि भाई ये हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है, उसके बाद वो डिसीजन लेता है। बिल्कुल सही है। इतना इनोसेंट यासिर भी नहीं हो सकता कि यार वो अभी भाई ने आईजी को मना किया तो भाई के पास कैसे पूछूं, ये तो कोई बात ही नहीं है। मैंने उसके अलावा भी मैंने भी आपको तो बताया कि अगर आपको पता है कि एक जगह का सारी अम्ब्रेला जिनकी है तो नीचे वालों को नीचे वाले कुछ भी कहे, आप ऊपर वाले को फोन करना आपका फर्ज बनता है। वो गलती है कि और आप ऑलरेडी उनसे पहले भी धोखा खा चुके हो। डाउनटाउन में भी आपने ये बोला कि मुझे ये बताया गया था, तो इस दफा तो चेक कर लो कि सही है कि नहीं और इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफर तो कर दो। मैं बाहर जा रहा हूँ, घर को तो पहले चेक कर लूं। तो वो सारी चीज माने यासिर और बोले नहीं ये गलतियां हैं और बोला इसी वजह से मैंने अब जो है इन लोगों के साथ काम नहीं करना है। नहीं तो ये और यासिर को एक बात बोलना कि भाई मैंने जो गोयनका वाला किस्सा तेरे को सुनाया था वो किस्सा मैंने खुद ही सुनाया था। ये किस्से में वो आईजी पे फिट नहीं होता है, वो किस्सा जो होता है वो अपने वालों पे फिट होता है। समझ गया? बिल्कुल सही है। अब वो गोयनका वाला किस्सा सुना है पूरा, बिल्कुल सही है। ये कह रहे मेरे ऊपर फिट होता है
The tapes confirm that Dawood Ibrahim Kaskar is indeed in Pakistan and he's running his business empire from there. Satellite surveillance conducted by Western agencies have recorded Dawood's conversations. They have zeroed in on his location at Karachi's upscale Clifton Towers. India has maintained that the Don has been living in Pakistan, with the tapes also revealing that Dawood is running a real estate business from there. The business is spread across the Middle East and could possibly be a front to convert. On this special broadcast to discuss more on the issue of Dawood Ibrahim is Shaina NC, spokesperson of the BJP from Mumbai. Rajiv Dogra, former diplomat, is also joining us here from Delhi. Sanjay Jha, spokesperson of the Congress, is also joining us from Mumbai. And we also have RSN Singh, former RAW official, who is joining us from Patna. Let me start with you first, Shaina. You know, more than anything else, it has now become an issue of prestige. A lot of people, government after government, has been talking about getting Dawood Ibrahim back. How do you think this government is going to approach this whole thing differently?
Well, first and foremost, I think Pakistan's lie stands exposed, because if you hear these tapes, it gives you ample evidence to prove that he is sitting right there in Karachi and the Pakistani government chooses to do precious little. So if one wants to question what the government wants to do, clearly our government has been saying time and again that whether it's the 13 explosions that took place in Mumbai in 1993 where we lost so many lives, or post that even Dawood's activities, all of which Pakistan has chosen completely to throw blind eye towards. I think that the time has come for the government of Pakistan to absolutely not just extradite him but to also give us an opportunity to ensure that he is brought to task at the earliest. Unfortunately, these type of things don't happen overnight, and I think what Rajnath Singh ji as Home Minister said stands true, which is we need to be patient. We need to understand that this is not a terrorist who is sitting on Indian soil, but who is sitting on enemy soil and has absolutely no remorse at all. If one hears the transcripts of this entire conversation, one would like to compliment headlines today and the entire media, but I think time has come to talk tough, and Pakistan needs to give some stern answers. And I'm sure when President of the United States comes to India, our government will also bring this issue up.
You know, before I go on to Mr. Arison and Mr. Dogra to get a more realistic perspective about how the intelligence agencies look at it, and also about the diplomatic measures that can be taken by the government, let me quickly go across to Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha, your government, it has been successive governments those who have almost said the same thing. China today is also again saying that we need to be patient. During the election campaign, both Mr. Modi and the BJP had said Dawood will be brought as soon as we come to power. Now, what would you say to the government in power today about bringing Dawood Ibrahim Kaskar back to our shores?
Well, I think all one would say is that deliver on the promises you made. You know, what the problem has been that politicians use, the talk of nabbing Dawood Ibrahim as some kind of an election rhetoric. It appeals to the passions simply because of the fact that we all know that Dawood Ibrahim is a mastermind of not just what happened in the 1993 serial blast, but he also played a role in the 26/11 game plan. So you are talking about a very dreaded terrorist. But I would like to make one point here, going slightly non-political. You see, if you look at the statement of Pervez Musharraf, he once made a statement saying that Dawood Ibrahim is one of the respected and esteemed people in Pakistan. Now, that itself tells you what a monumental challenge it is to nab Dawood Ibrahim. And you see, non-state actors flourish in a non-acting state. When you have Abdul Karim Tunda, when he was captured, he openly confessed that Dawood Ibrahim lived in Karachi. He probably has a home in Islamabad. So you are talking about a dreaded terrorist in the list of the United Nations, who, like Hafiz Saeed, who roams around freely, spewing venom against India, and gets protection from the ISI. But that's a real reality. You have experts on the panel who can dwell on whether he can be captured the way Osama bin Laden was captured by the Americans. But these are things that we can't talk about, that only security experts can take a call on.
Absolutely. Coming to that, Mr. Arison saying, as a member of the intelligence apparatus of the country, you have served for long. Our intelligence agencies has been providing evidence after evidence as far as Dawood's presence in Pakistan is concerned. So what do you think this new evidence once again throws the light on? This has been done by Western agencies. Do you now believe it would be easy for India to bring him back?
No, what this tape has done is that, it has nailed all those, lies and, motivated stories that he's in Peshawar, or in, enjoying the hospitality of Afghan Taliban or TTP. I mean, it goes against, grain of any logic as to, how a problematic person like him, will enjoy the hospitality of these two groups. Now, it has vindicated, I mean, for analysts like me, that he is very much kicking alive, being cared for, being pandered to, being indulged by the Pakistani establishment, and he seems to be under no pressure, absolutely no pressure at all. But, it pains me when people talk of proof. Man, I mean, you want to show proofs to a failed state? This criminal, this gangster, this terrorist shares his DNA with the establishment of Pakistan, and you are talking about proofs. Shame on us. I am very pained by this, talk of proof. And then what is this nonsense going on? This, this coalition against terrorism and, this cooperation in terrorism. The last person, the last country to help you in anti-terrorist activities, to purge India of terrorism, will be the Americans, let me tell you. They are not at all interested. They want terrorism to flourish here so that they can carry on with their strategic agenda in the South Asian region.
Right. Let me also bring in Mr. Rajiv Dogra, former diplomat in the debate right now. Mr. Dogra, what are the options? Leave the rhetoric apart of the political parties of during election and so on and so forth. What are the options diplomatically that India has and can exercise to bring in Dawood Ibrahim with this new evidence that Headlines Today has broadcasted first on the national agenda?
Well, I must congratulate Headlines Today for bringing in new evidence. The issue that you have raised has two aspects to it. One, whether Dawood Ibrahim is in Pakistan somewhere. Two, whether Pakistan would now repatriate him. Let me say it with all the authority at my command, and I hope I am wrong, that Pakistan will never repatriate Dawood Ibrahim to India. Pakistan will never extradite Dawood Ibrahim to India because ISI has too many secrets, too many black holes that it has operated through Dawood Ibrahim. So it will never let Dawood Ibrahim out of its sight. As far as proving that Dawood Ibrahim is in Pakistan,
yes.
Well, we are repeating the same story as we did in 26/11, that we kept providing evidence after evidence. Now the entire world knows Shahryar Khan, the special envoy of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, was here in August 2013, last year. And he said to your TV channel, I remember vividly, that yes, Dawood Ibrahim is in Pakistan. Then he corrected himself and said, no, he was in Pakistan, now he's gone somewhere else. So, you do not need proofs about Dawood Ibrahim being in Pakistan. He is very much in Pakistan.
Right.
But to answer your question as to what can we do diplomatically, I think the first thing we have to do is to strengthen our resolve and declare him a terrorist. Sorry. And also to say that anyone having any business or other dealings with Dawood Ibrahim would be performing a criminal act. For example, in his tape, he has named a couple of people who are doing business dealings with him and who are Indians. Why don't we go after them? That would be the first step. Then there are a variety of ways that you can get him. Not through Pakistan, not through Pakistan government itself, but independently. But let us first at least declare him a terrorist as America has done. Let us at least stop.
Mr. Dogra, hold on to that thought. I will have to slip into a very short break right now. All my guests would be here. We will be discussing more on this explosive expose on Headlines Today about Dawood Ibrahim himself speaking, admitting about his business right from in the safe den in Pakistan. Hello and welcome back. Let me now bring in Saurabh Shukla into this debate. Saurabh Shukla is the editor-in-chief of newsmobile.in, and it was he and his team, those who have scooped these explosive audio tapes of Dawood Ibrahim there, almost in fact in Karachi, speaking to his business associates. Saurabh, not only do these tapes nail the lie that Pakistan has been propagating so far of Dawood not knowing where Dawood is, they also this time for the Western community and also for Pakistan, it will be difficult for them to deny because these tapes are of Western intelligence agencies.
I'm glad that you clarified that this is newsmobile.in exclusive. Yes, we broke it along with you. It was a story that newsmobile.in first broke, the Dawood tapes. I can tell you that the sources that we are saying, it's Western diplomatic sources. And I can tell you this is the clinching evidence for the first time which belies Pakistan's lies. Pakistan has been claiming, like they did in the case of Osama bin Laden, that Bin Laden is not in Pakistan. You know what happened, and now they've been saying all along that Dawood Ibrahim does not stay in Pakistan. This is for the first time you have the man on tape admitting it in so many words that he's in Karachi, and our sources have confirmed to us that he's very much in Karachi. The way, the mannerism that is depicted in these tapes, he has been carrying on his business, expanding it, carrying on his rackets of extortion. Essentially what he's doing is expanding his terror network. Essentially he's running a terror supermarket from Pakistan and right under the nose of the Pakistani security agencies. I must add here that we wanted to get some photographs clicked. We had sent a team to Karachi to click some photographs. The team was detained by the Pakistani security agencies. They were questioned extensively. So such is the influence that Dawood Ibrahim has in that country.
Yes.
Now with these Dawood tapes coming out on News Mobile, I hope that the Indian government will take note, and we have been told already the reactions have come from the government, and they will put sustained pressure, because without sustained pressure, Dawood cannot be brought to justice. This is something that the government of India has to remember, and they have to make sure that there is some closure for the victims of 1993 Mumbai blast who lost their lives because of this man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, let me now go across to Shaina on this. Shaina, you know, there have been a lot of talks about diplomatic pressure being applied on Pakistan, and on the other side, former diplomats are saying that it's almost next to impossible for Pakistan now to let Dawood in our clutches. Would you expect the government, apart from all the talk, apart from all the assurances, to at least now change their strategy, go more aggressive? Mr. Modi promised that by hook or crook, this will be the time when Pakistan will be taught lesson if they do not confer to our, to our problems. Would you now expect the government to at least think over covert operation and other means to get Dawood in?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think our government is going to leave any stone unturned. But I think Pakistan continues to be in denial mode, where despite a conversation such as this, where you have transcripts where he's talking about himself being the so-called prime minister and how, he needs, he will never take no for answers, and about all his family affairs and all these illegal transactions which go down to Dubai. I think the investigation is obviously now going to be much more conclusive, because there is evidence to prove so. Who is Yasir? How has he turned financial advisor? Why is he in Dubai managing his funds, etc.? So I think as a country, what we are planning to do is clearly bring international pressure as well. We have a golden opportunity where Mr. Barack Obama comes to India on the 26th of January. I'm sure our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji will discuss this in absolute severeness of the issue with him, and our government will do what it takes. But I think it's time for Pakistan to realize that they cannot play these cock and bull stories, and the time has come that the international world and the United Nations as well is bringing enough pressure on them.
Absolutely,
so
that is the expectation as far as from the government, in fact, and as you said, a golden opportunity with President of United States of America coming here.